The much anticipated Disney movie remake Snow White is out, and it is doing exactly as well as everyone thought. It's doing terribly. It's projected to come in short about $120 million on their new remake Snow White, which is ironic considering they didn't cast any short people. But don't worry, good news. They did cast Lord Farquaad from Shrek as Snow White. So at least they have that going for them. So Peter Dinklage, for those that don't know, Peter Dinklage, he is a little short, below average standard than height person. I think that's the correct term. Miniature person. And he starred in a bunch of movies. I think Game of Thrones was where he made his big kind of splash. And believe it or not, in that movie, he did also play a shorter person than normal. He's made his way into Hollywood movies and been in a lot of films. So good for him. And so you would think that in a movie like Snow White, there are 7 opportunities for someone of his stature, on average, to be able to star in this film. Like, you would think this would be an opportunity for multiple little people shorter than average individuals to have an opportunity to be in Hollywood and get on the main stage and be in a Disney movie. But Peter Dinklage, surprisingly, doesn't see it that way and says that it's offensive to even cast dwarves in this movie. And if you don't believe me, here are his thoughts on it.
Back by the they're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of Snow White.
Snow White, yeah.
7 dwarfs.
Sure.
So, look, take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me.
But,
You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. I don't know what studio that is, but they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing?
So Peter's not complaining that Snow White is too woke. He's complaining it's not woke enough, saying that somehow because there's a story of 7 dwarves that's offensive to people that have the stature of a dwarf. I guess I don't see the logic of that at all. I think it's a cool opportunity to represent. Besides, like, it's Snow White, that they're magical creatures. They're whistling while they work. They're enjoying mining for diamonds. There's a cabin in the woods. Like, the movie does not at all portray them as these, like, I don't know, whatever he thinks they are, nasty creatures. They're like happy working men that, mining for diamonds, cool, like fairy tale like figures. And so with the opportunity to cast members of the little people shorter than average community, like, this is a big miss. So he said this on this podcast. It goes viral, and Disney, as Disney does, overreacted. And they overreacted so much so that they said, we are not going to have dwarves in this film. We are going to reimagine what dwarves look like. I wish I was kidding, but this is what they came up with. This. So this was their plan to the 7 dwarves, make them humans, diversify them, get the DEI in there. And I still remember when this trailer released and this screen grab of the dwarves happened, people lost their minds. And Disney was like, what? Why are people mad about this? This doesn't make any sense. And Disney was somehow shocked that people didn't like their idea, but this wasn't the only bad thing happening right now. Like, as this movie was cursed from the beginning, this movie was supposed to come out like a year or two ago, right? And all this was happening, I think, in like 2021, 2022. The pushback was so bad that Disney had to go back through the movie, get rid of what they had already recorded with those actors, and make CGI dwarves. I kid you not. They had to go back in time, reshoot, and pretty much remake the movie and create CGI dwarves. Now, as you can imagine, you're going to have fake dwarves with a real-life movie. What can possibly go wrong? I'll tell you what could go wrong. The creepiest things you have ever seen in your life. If you would like to not have a nightmare, you can skip this next part. But this is what Disney came up with. This is probably the creepiest thing I have ever seen. Look at that. That's what they came up with. Like, I feel like I'm about to be eaten in one of my dreams. They're just going to turn into a demon dwarf. These are supposed to be fun. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is actually the first time I've seen all of them. That is terrifying. So they can... If you're listening to this audibly, you're going to have to look up pictures of dwarves because these things are freaky. It's like one of my worst dreams put to reality. These things are gonna come chase me. You know those dreams that you're like running slow-mo? I can just imagine me like running through like, molasses with these like demon things chasing me. But this is what Disney had to do because they had to cancel their whole original plan. That's terrifying. They finally released the movie, and it's doing exactly what you think it would do. It's flopping, and it's flopping big.